Hello, you wonderful people. I hope you're having a good one. There has been quite a bit of conversation happening on social media, on YouTube, about feminism. And because everyone seemed to be talking about what feminism is, I thought maybe I will talk about what it isn't. So, the way I have seen it, there are three groups of people as far as feminism is concerned. The first category of people include the feminists. So these are the people who understand the ideology, who understand the purpose behind it, and who advocate for it. So let's leave them aside for a bit and let's look at the other two categories. So these two, I'm going to call it type A and type B just for the ease of reference, right? Type A mostly consist of women who think that they are feminists. But newsflash, they are not. Now, these kind of people would come out and say dumb things like, ගෑනුන්ට මොනවද කරන්න බැරි අයියා පිරිමින්ට මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන් ගෑනුන්ට සතියකට විතර රට බාර දීලා බලන්නකෝ කරන්න හැටි ෂෝක් එකකට කරනවනේ අපි පිරිමි nothing. Now these people, they are sometimes famous and they say these things thinking that it will make them more famous, and it sort of works because other type A women obviously endorse them because that sort of give them a nice ego boost, and other people just make fun of them. They make funny videos, stand-up comedy clips and stuff like that, so they eventually get famous, which is their ultimate goal. And now when we look at type B people mostly consist of men who think that there's absolutely nothing wrong with the current way things operate. They think feminism is not necessary because they are in denial of whatever the underlying problems that there is. Now, these are the people who, when someone says Black Lives Matter, they would come really angry and agitated and be like, why only Black Lives Matter? All lives matter, no. Why only black? What did other lives do to you? They would also be like, you really need to own the role given to you by the society, by the nature, really embrace the responsibilities and privileges you have as a woman. They would be like, සමාජය සහ ස්වභාව ධර්මයන් විසින් තමන්ට හිමි වෙලා තියෙන කාන්තාවක් හැටියට වගකීම් සහ වරප්‍රසාද එක්ක තමයි අපි මේ ගමන ඉදිරියට යන්න ඕනේ. I'm like, wait a minute, so there were certain privileges that we women had that we women were not aware of. Only you men were aware of it. Like what? So we know that to date women are the primary caregivers at home. Was that the privilege? Oh, I know the double burden where women have to like juggle between work and home front. Is that it? No. I know the gender pay gap. Was that the privilege? What are the privileges we have as women? I'm honestly like really confused. What are the varaprasada we have? They would also really funnily make up their own definitions. For a true feminist, they would be like, සමාජයේ කාන්තාව සිටිය යුතු නියමිත තැන ගැන හොඳ අවබෝධයක් තියෙන කෙනෙක් තමයිලු true feminist කියන්නේ. එතකොට මහත්තයා මේ සමාජයේ කාන්තාව සිටිය යුතු නියමිත තැන තීරණය කරන්නේ කවුද? Who decides this appropriate place for a woman? Is it you men or rest of the women or the individual herself? I am honestly confused. And the two most common things about type A and type B, like I said, neither of them are feminists for starters, right? That's why they're outside the feminist box. I mean, there's nothing called Mode Adnan Puhu feminists. Either you are a feminist or you're not. So in this case, both type A and type B people are not feminists. So if you see them somewhere, don't connect their personal opinion to the whole ideology of feminism because they are not feminists. The other interesting thing about both of them, common ground, is that they know nothing about feminism. They know absolutely nothing about feminism and they are really not bothered to learn about it. Because for type A, they are really not bothered because they just want attention. For type B, they obviously aren't bothered because they don't even recognize that there is a problem. And the only type of so-called feminist, type B, no, are type A, who aren't really feminist. And the moment a type B person see a type A, they would be like, aha, දැක්කනේ මං කිව්වේ හෙන මෝඩයි නේ හෙන ගොන් නේ මේ feminism කියන concept එක. We also have the same thing to say if you think that is what feminism is about. So shall we read up a little bit about it? Since you have so much of influence as a privileged man, let's read a little bit about it maybe, and then let's share our thoughts and our opinion about it. Feminists are not some group of angry women who hate high heels, who hate lipstick, who don't shave, and who think that women are superior. That is absolutely what feminism is not about. Feminism is also not about accepting the gender roles created by the society years and years and years ago for historical reasons that are irrelevant today but unfortunately prevails today. Feminism doesn't say පිරිමින්න කරන්න පුළුවන් හැමදේම ගෑනුන්ට කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕක කරන්න ඕනේ. In fact, feminism is not even about women. It's about all people. It's about all human beings. So now I know what your question is. If it is not about women, why do you call it feminist? Why don't you call it humanist, equalist, something like that? It's for the simple reason that you have to name a problem. It's as same as calling the Black Lives Matter movement the Black Lives Matter movement, in no way to suggest that other lives don't matter, but just to name and recognize the real problem at hand, and in order to give the due intensity that it deserves. Type B මහත්තුරු කියනවා වගේ feminism කියන්නේ පිරිමිත් එක්ක කරට කර හැප්පිලා ෆුට්බෝල් ගහන එකවත් මීටර් 100 දුවන එකවත් නෙවෙයි. ඇත්ත. නමුත් කවුරු හරි කාන්තාවකට ෆුට්බෝල් ගහන්න හරි මීටර් 100 දුවන්න හරි ඕනේ නම් අපෝ ගෑනුන්ට මොන ෆුට්බෝල්ද කියන තත්ත්වෙන් සමාජෙ මුදව ගන්න එක ගැන තමයි feminism ගැන කතා කරන්නේ. And if you really think that the biggest instances of inequality faced by women are not having the privilege of playing football and running 100 meters with you men, you really need to open your eyes and read up a little bit. And if you are one of those people who are really confused where to put yourself in, I mean, we have more than enough people, both men and women, who would say, I'm all for equality, but I'm no feminist, okay? I have some news for you. It's the same thing. You see, potato, H2O, water, equality, feminism. You're a feminist, and it's a wonderful thing. Feminism is essentially about having equal opportunity and equal rights for all human beings. It's about having a choice regardless of one's gender. It's about respect. It's about the freedom to express the most authentic version of self without the fear of judgment. It's about a better world where everyone feels safe to be free from their own skin. It's a world where anybody can be whoever the hell they choose to be. The real question is, don't you really want that?